There's a $450 mistake sitting in your checking account right now, and the bank is hoping you never notice it. If you earn a steady income but still feel like your money quietly disappears, this is for you. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 7 money habits costing you money, each one with a hard number attached, so you can decide for yourself. We'll count them off, point 1 to point 7, and by the end you'll know exactly where the leaks are. Point 1. Idle cash. This is the habit most people never question. Money sits in a basic checking account, paying perhaps 0.01% in annual interest. That is not a typo. 1 cent for every $100 per year. Meanwhile, a high-yield savings account or money market fund in many developed markets has recently paid around 4.5%. So consider $10,000 left sitting still. At 0.01%, it earns you $1 a year. At 4.5%, it earns roughly $450. That is the same money, the same risk profile, doing nothing different except earning 450 times more. Here's why the usual advice fails. You're told to save more, but saving more into an account that pays nothing simply means you lose more, slowly. The problem was never your discipline. It was the container. Bank data across many countries shows trillions sitting in near zero accounts, precisely because the difference is invisible on a monthly statement. The bank profits from your inattention. The fix costs nothing but a transfer and an afternoon. And that same quiet logic, small percentages compounding into real money, runs through every point that follows. Point 2. The subscriptions you have genuinely forgotten about. A 2022 study by the economists at Stanford and Texas A&M, published as a National Bureau of Economic Research working paper, found something striking. When a credit card expired and a subscription required active renewal, sign-up rates collapsed. The clear implication: a large share of people pay for services they no longer use, simply because canceling requires effort they never get around to. Let me put a number on it. A survey by Chase in the United States found the average person underestimated their monthly subscription spending by roughly $130. Underestimated. That is not the total bill. That is the gap between what people thought they paid and what they actually paid. Work it through. If $130 a month is genuinely wasted, that is $1,560 a year. Invest that same amount annually at a 7% return, and after 10 years you would have roughly $21,500. 2 streaming services you forgot about, quietly costing you the price of a small car. So here is the practical step. Read your last 3 bank statements line by line. Not your memory, the statements. The forgotten charges hide in the small numbers. Point 3. Paying interest you could simply avoid. This is the most expensive habit on the list. Credit card interest, in many countries, runs between 18 and 24% a year. Now compare that to what your savings earn. A typical high-yield account today might pay 4 to 5%. So if you hold a $5,000 balance at 20% interest, while keeping $5,000 in savings earning 4%, the maths is brutal. You pay $1,000 in interest, and earn $200, a net loss of $800 a year. You are, in effect, lending money to yourself at a 16% loss. And yes, an emergency fund matters, but money earning 4% while another debt charges 20% is not a cushion. It is a slow leak with a comfortable name. Now, let us turn that knowledge into a plan. Point 4. Here is what you do today, in a simple 30-day plan. Day 1. Open one statement and write down every recurring charge. The average household carries roughly 12 subscriptions, and studies suggest people underestimate that figure by about half. Cancel any you have not used in 60 days. If that recovers just $15 a month, that is $180 a year. Day 2 to 7. Move your idle cash. If you hold $10,000 in an account paying near zero, and you shift it to a money market or high yield account paying 4.5%. That is roughly $450 in a year. Same money, same access, better rate. Dart. Day 8 to 14. Audit your fees. One overdraft charge of $35, twice a month, is $840 a year. Set a low balance alert instead. It costs nothing. Day 15 to 30. Cancel one extended warranty offer you are tempted by, and self-insure instead. With margins reported near 80%, the maths favors the seller, not you. Now, the honest objection. You may say these numbers are small, individually, perhaps, but 450, plus 180, plus 840, is nearly $1,500 a year, invested at 7% over 20 years. That single year's saving compounds toward $6,000. Dart. So return to where we began. There is a $450 mistake sitting in your checking account right now. You have now seen exactly how to retrieve it, and the bank rather hoped you would not. If this gave you one number worth acting on, subscribe, and keep the next one working for you.